Hey Capricorn, welcome to your love and romance reading for July 2022. This is for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. A lot of people like to check out their Venus sign when it comes to love and romance. We're going to see what's coming up here for you guys in the month ahead. You might stumble upon this video well after July has come and gone. That's just fine. You're going to see it whenever you're meant to hear the messages that are in it. Keep in mind this is a general reading. Not every single message will resonate. Take what does, leave what doesn't. And sometimes your other placements might resonate more than whatever placement this happens to be for you. So keep that in mind as well. We're going to see what's coming up here for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. See what we have coming up here. Move y'all just a little bit closer. And so your first card here, we're kicking it off to a good start, Capricorn. We have Two of Cups. That's true love. That's soulmate card. That's soulmate energy, right? That's giver meets giver. So Capricorn, some of you may feel like you have found yourself in a cycle of relationships where you give a lot more than you get. Or you might feel like you have a hard time gauging how much you should give because you might feel like when you give, you get taken advantage of. And when you're cautious, you get accused of like being selfish or greedy. You might be like, how do I gauge it? How do I gauge it? Or you feel like you get taken advantage of. But the Two of Cups for me is a card that comes up when giver meets giver. These are two people that are equally invested in the relationship. Each person is asking, what can I do for my person today? How can I be there for them today? How can I make them happy? This is someone who is nurturing and nourishing the relationship. This is someone who's thinking about your feelings and your needs and how they can step up and help you and be there for you and vice versa. So these are the kinds of relationships that can go on forever, right? Because it's the energy here where both people are invested, both people want to see the relationship flourish and grow, and both people truly care about each other and each other's wants and needs. So you may also just feel like maybe in the past you've been in relationships where you've had to initiate, you've had to keep things going, but now you're dealing with someone who's equally invested, someone who's making an effort. It's not all on you. It's not all on your shoulders this time. In an existing relationship, Two of Cups can signify a resurgence of love, overcoming disagreements, finding peaceful resolution. There can also be a sense of playfulness with the Two of Cups, coming in with a sense of playfulness. The next card that's coming up here for Capricorn is the Nine of Swords. Ain't that the negative ego? Ain't that the negative ego, right? Things are going good. Things are moving along nicely. And the negative ego comes in and says, oh, Capricorn, but think of all the things that could go wrong. Think of all the things that are bound to go wrong any second, right? Negative ego wants to come in and just rain on the parade. Right? I'm not going to say what I was going to say because what I was going to say might be a little crude. But that darn negative ego likes to come in and just kind of take away the joy, take away the moment. Nine of Swords is a card that comes up when we're really worried about the future. We're worried about all of the things that could possibly go wrong. Here's the problem with that. If we're really obsessing about what might go wrong, we begin to manifest those things going wrong. And then you can't just tell yourself, okay, well then don't think about it. Because the more you tell yourself not to think about something, what are you going to do? You're going to think about it. So with this Nine of Swords energy, this fear, this anxiety, this worry about what might go wrong, what might happen, you need to learn to work with it. Okay, negative ego, thank you. You've given me some things to think about. So now let me ask myself, is this a logical fear? Is this rational? Could this actually happen? If yes, what are some steps that I can take to prevent this situation from happening? What are some steps that I can take to set myself up for success? Maybe a good plan B, a good plan C, and the rest you surrender, you take up in prayer. Dear God, universe, here's all the things that I'm afraid might go wrong. Here's everything that I'm doing that I feel is in my power to have a happy outcome. If there's anything I've missed, if there's anything else that I can do, help me to see what other steps I can take to set myself up for success. And if at all possible, if it's in the best and highest good of all involved, please prevent these fears from coming true or happening. But if for some reason they must occur, then thank you for helping me get through them as quickly and as painlessly as possible. Thank you for leading me and guiding me through it if it should happen for whatever reason. And you just surrender it. You do your best and you surrender the rest. The Nine of Swords also comes up for me when we're having insomnia, we're having sleeplessness, we're having a hard time sleeping, and that is also aggravating the emotions or making the emotions really intense. And then that's scattering our thinking, that's clouding our thinking, clouding our judgment. So, rest is very important, Capricorn. Okay, especially if you're a Capricorn that has issues with insomnia, you need to get this, taken care of because it's keeping your emotions from being imbalanced or from being balanced, and that is causing issues for some of you in your love life. You might get upset at things quickly, or you might get hurt, or take something uh really to heart when it wasn't meant that way. So sometimes the Nine of Swords for me comes up to say that lack of sleep is causing really hectic or chaotic emotions and anxiety, and we want to get that balanced. We want to get that centered, and the best, quickest way is to get rest, is to try to get sleep. So maybe look into some holistic or herbal remedies, or look into like some kind of little winding down at the end of the day that can be helpful. But I feel like sleep is important here for a lot of you Capricorns. I also feel that for some of you, you're having a lot of bad dreams. You're having a lot of bad dreams about uh, specifically love life and all of the things that could potentially go wrong in love life. And so this could be the way that the negative ego is messing with you, because negative ego hates change, even when the change is good, even when the change is positive. So maybe for a lot of you Capricorns, it's going to be a good idea to do clearing and grounding on a regular basis. Maybe you want to do positive affirmations, kind of mind over matter situation, because otherwise you might be pushing away a good relationship because of the negative ego, stirring up these fears or these worries or these insecurities. So just something to think about. It could be helpful for those of you who will be dealing with that. This is a general reading. It's not going to be for every single one of you, but that is a message for some of you. The next card that's coming up here is the Temperance card. This could be dealing with the Sagittarius, or if you have a Sagittarius placement, there can be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those areas of your life or in those houses. Or like I said, some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. Now, this is a major arcana card. And anytime the major arcana cards come up, we're dealing with a situation that is directly connected to something we came here to experience. So when I have major arcana cards coming up between two people, this tells me that these are two people who've had a lot of past lives together. They've had a lot of past lives together, and that there's a contract. There's an agreement that they're going to meet in this lifetime for a specific reason. And if they're going to meet in this lifetime for this specific reason. So if I look at the major arcana card, it gives me an idea here of what that specific reason is. So the Temperance is going to be about timing, divine timing, patience. It can have some to do with compromise, but it's also a card about stepping onto life path. Stepping onto life path, allowing God and universe to move and work through us. So there's this surrendered energy that I'm getting, having the Temperance card following the Nine of Swords. So as some of you are coming into this path of service, this path of being of service and putting your skills and gifts to use to help others, you may be aligning with a very significant soulmate, having the Temperance card coming up here. Some of you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, and this can also be a case of like divine timing, things happening within divine timing, balancing things, working together, compromising with this person, learning that give and take energy. There could also be a sense of coming together with this person and working on something that you feel to be a soul mission, okay? Or like life path, something you're feeling guided to do. This could be someone you're working with on a goal or project or idea that is near and dear to your heart, that you're feeling led or inspired to do. So there could be some kind of creative element or creative endeavor here for some of you with this Temperance card. Or maybe you're feeling led or guided to volunteer or to be involved in a certain organization or cause. And so the two of you may be coming together through this and working together in this work, in this path. Okay, because sometimes the Temperance can be life path and being of service, or, allowing ourselves to be a channel for God, for higher power. The next card coming up here for Capricorn is the Ace of Cups, and this is very promising. Now, the Ace of Cups traditionally is a very positive card. It's true love. It's a happy home, a sense of fulfillment, a sense of contentment. It's a card of very fulfilled, very happy, very satisfied emotions. It can also be a card that indicates a time of great creativity being ushered in. So for some of you, I'm just getting really strong creative vibes. And so some of you maybe are very inspired by this relationship, or very inspired by this person, where it's breathing life into your work or inspiring you with ideas or bringing you into this creative energy. Creativity and intuition also go hand in hand. So it could be that the level of healing that you're receiving in this relationship is boosting your intuition or your spiritual gifts or abilities. Ace of Cups is a very special card for me in my readings, because Ace of Cups comes up for me in my readings when the person I'm reading for is going through a really massive karmic shift. We all go through certain cycles that repeat in our life again and again and again. No matter how many times you change friends, no matter how many times you change jobs, no matter how many times you move, you end up in the same dang situation, and you're like, what in the world is going on? And then finally, you take a step back and you realize what the common denominator is. You realize what these situations have in common. You realize what the red flags were that you've been missing, and your eyes are open, and you're like, you know what? I've figured it out. I've totally figured it out now. I know what's up. I know what happened. I know what to look out for in the future. And I am sick and tired of this mess. Life is too short to be unhappy. I refuse to be unhappy. I refuse to deal with these situations anymore. And I'm done. I'm sick of it. Universe, I'm not doing this anymore. The next time I see this coming, I'm going to spot it from a mile away and I'm going in the other direction. I'm not entertaining this mess. I demand to be happy. I refuse to deal with this. Universe says awesome, wonderful, excellent. Capricorn is awake now. Capricorn no longer needs these painful situations to poke them to wake up. Now that Capricorn is awake and alert, Capricorn is now ready to learn through love, support, laughter, success, creativity, all of these happy ways of learning. Up until now, you've been learning your lessons through pain. And you've been learning about love through pain. You've been learning what love isn't. But to see the Ace of Cups tells me, Capricorn, now you're learning what love is. Because now this is a turning a karmic leaf. So this is going to be a karmic soulmate who's teaching you through joy instead of teaching you through pain. Right? In school, there's some teachers that none of the kids want to be in that class. They're dreading it. And there's some teachers, all the kids are hoping they get to be in that teacher's class. And then it's like, oh my gosh, you got to be in that teacher's class. You're so lucky. I wanted to be in that teacher's class. And the other teacher, the kids are dreading. It's the same grade. It's the same subjects. One teacher makes it fun and exciting and engaging. And the other teacher makes it grueling and painful. And you were in that grueling and painful class for a long time. You were dealing with grueling and painful soulmates for a long time. And now you're coming into the happy soulmate, the happy partner, the person who's teaching you through joy and support and laughter and love and gentleness instead of teaching you through pain, instead of giving you that tough love. Some of you Capricorns are breaking out of a pattern or cycle that people who loved to come at you with tough love, but that tough love was a little too tough. Borderline, I'm not allowed to say the word. Okay? But you know what I mean. And so a lot of you are breaking out of that energy. You're breaking out of that energy. You're breaking out of those kinds of connections, and you're coming into relationships with people who are loving and who are gentle and who aren't going to give you that tough love nonsense. One thing I've noticed about tough love, sometimes tough love is needed, but the people who pride themselves on giving that tough love, oftentimes it's a way to excuse inexcusable behavior. Oh, well, it's coming from a place of love, right? I'm just doing it to toughen you up. I'm just doing it to help you, to motivate you. But it's not motivating at all, right? And so some of you are breaking out of this kind of cycle or dealing with these kinds of people. Your next card here, Capricorn, is the Three of Pentacles. And Three of Pentacles is laying down a foundation and building upon that foundation. It can also be a new way of doing things. Three of Pentacles also comes up for me at times in my relationship readings, where this is someone that both of you may be feeling this way, but there's an element of, wow, this person is great. This person is checking off all my boxes. They have like everything on my wish list, everything on my must-haves, and I really see a future with this person. However, I've been burned before. I've been fooled before. So I just really want to make sure this person is who they seem to be. And the way I'm going to figure that out is by going slow. I'm going to go slow here with this person. I'm going to go slow here with this relationship. And little by little, I'm going to just give this time to see, does this relationship and connection have the stamina? Is it gonna pass the test of time? Is this person gonna change, and is the mask gonna start slipping off? Well, Capricorn, as long as you're coming into the situation real and genuine and as you truly are, you have nothing to worry about. You know, you're not wearing a mask. The mask won't slip off, and this person will see, okay, Capricorn's legit. Capricorn checks out. Capricorn is who they appear to be. This isn't a facade. So sometimes the Three of Pentacles for me in a love reading could just be like being serious about a relationship, but not rushing it, to just kind of see, does it check out? Is it for real? Is this for real? And to build upon the foundation, to lay down the foundation. This is what I want. This is what's important for me. This is what I'm looking for in a partner. These are the things I want in the future. So figuring those things out together, having those kinds of conversations and talks together. You may want to check out your other placements. Some months your other placements might resonate more than whatever this placement happens to be for you. If you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. Love readings I do once a month. There's a link in the description of the video that will take you to the weekly forecasts. Every week I do readings on this channel where I talk about everything other than love. And every day I do a daily message. So if you think that might be helpful, be sure to check that out. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead, or I should say month. I'm used to the weekly readings. I hope you all have a fabulous July, and hopefully we'll see you all in the dailies and weeklies as well. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. Have a wonderful July, my dears. Take care and be well.